What's going on? Bitcoin 11,700. Nick's not going to make it in here today, but I want to go live real quick. Nick and I probably live tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, 30 minutes before normal. And then we're going to do a Patreon only, I'm guessing sometime Friday, Saturday, or something like that. So want to jump on live here real quick, give an update, answer any questions. Stevie Buckets, you can get a wrench right now. Done. What's up, BB Junkie? Dominique, what's going on, man? Haven't seen you in a while, I don't think. Randy, Bourbon, Crypto 420. Hey, Chris. We'll give out wrenches today while Nick's gone. Okay, we got 68 people. Let's wait a second. I got you, I think, Chris. I think you're done. Yep. What's up, Kim? All right, 11,700 Bitcoin. Wait another second, 80 people. I think we're getting a little bit of FOMO here. What's up, Ruby? What's up, Simon? Johnny? Holla, 9ball. I want to make this kind of quick. I got a lot of shit going on. What's up, Angry Dragon? There you are, Pete Wright. What's up, Dustin? Yeah, I think we had a little bit of FOMO here. So, Nick and I, thanks Jim Miller. Nick and I was bullish at the lows, gave buys all the way up. Again, for new people, all the buys from the software from the 3,120 level shown here. Last buy was 76.70 here. Then we had an Elliott Wave buy, Elliott Wave sell for a quick 500 profit. But the last software buy was 76.70. We don't have a sell, have not had a sell from the software all year long. Haven't had one in Ethereum as well. Hold on here. Try to get organized. There's the buys on the software. All buys from the software, no sells. Litecoin, same type of thing. All buys, no real sell. I got a lot going on up here I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But I'm not going to get a sell probably unless we try to keep stabbing highs for another 2 or 3 days. So if we get an ABC down, I'm probably going to get a buy very quickly on the software. So this is Bitcoin USD intraday. Hold on a second. Let me grab something else here real quick. I really wasn't planning on going live, but with the action, I decided I better get on here. So here's Bitcoin USD from the software. You can see down here we had oversold technometer and oversold OP. This was our buy at 76.70. Technometer setting here at 44, which is neutral. So it's the same way on Bitcoin USDT. So no concern there yet. You can see that volume came in still to the downside. Even here recently, and we just keep working higher. It seems like there's nothing but selling coming in, but price holds. Let's go to the 1 month, which is what we normally look at. I guess I just still think we're getting a lot of FOMO here. People that weren't long at the lows got out at the lows, I think, are worried that we're headed to 20,000. But I'm still going to try to say that it's getting a little frothy up here, even though, once again, I do not have a sell signal. I'm trying to pick up a few of the alts that I'll mention here. Now, here's the 1 month, 5-minute intraday. You can see here that volume is nowhere to be found on this rally. So I think somewhere here we blow off and have some type of top. Bitcoin 11,750. We do have, let's look at Litecoin real quick. I don't know if alts are going to explode. I think alts will act better. I'm not sure it's going to be an explosion. I put this in Discord earlier. Discord, we're 40 bucks a month. If you're a PCG client, let me know. Can get you in at 30. I did show this count, a bearish count, that we would still try to bottom down here and have a relief rally to 138, maybe clear to 142 the way it's acting, but then new lows. But also had a bullish count here that from the high at 144, we had an ABC, and 5 waves down to complete a flat. It's acting very well here the last 30 minutes. Still not sure what's going to happen if Bitcoin collapses, what's going to happen with some of these other alts. So still a little bit worried. What's up, Jet? What's up, StarCatify? This was Ethereum Classic. We gave a buy a couple days ago at 864. Short-term traders, like in Discord, we did give a sell at 910, and did watch it go higher, but we did pick it back up at 906 a couple hours ago. So we're back long Classic. It is firming up again. Same thing on Ripple. We did a quick trade. We had a buy down here at 0.442, a sell at 0.492 for short-term traders. If you're hodling, you need to take our buys and wait for a Wyckoff sell. That was really just a short-term sell. Then I gave a buy back here at 0.466, which is basically where we're at right now. I think Ripple can still go higher. What's up, Taj? Back into those. NEO is one that I did miss. I mentioned down here at $13.40, $14 that software was looking good. Missed that one completely. Ethereum is a 316 holding much higher. It looks like here from the lows at 225 we've had a 1-2, then maybe a 3-4, so maybe still could work higher here. But we all know the Bitcoin dominance chart is the killer. This is what's beating up on everything. The B wave just keeps, it's now back at the highs. I still thought we could have a pullback maybe to the previous wave 4, but that would entail it stopping somewhere up here. So if we zoom in on it, go to the hourly, you can see here that we're approaching the wave 5 high, which will still be a great place to peter out. So if Bitcoin could come down, then some of these alts will, I think, hold up better. I'm not sure they're going to explode. I don't really think we're going to start an alt season. I think they're going to outperform Bitcoin, but still not really gain much in value. That's just my guess. I think that's hard to guess. So we'll check that out later. But again, on Bitcoin, no sell, but I don't like the way volume is not coming in here, so I still think we're getting a lot of FOMO, and I'd be careful on buying Bitcoin up here. If we look at the longer term Elliott wave that I have shown, let's go back to that. Actually, I'm going to show this one first. We've had this account up here for a while. The wave 4 ending at 31.20. And then the only really bad step that we had, we thought this wave 4 was going to be more of a triangle, when really it looks like a upward slanting ABC for a 4. But that still says then that 5 was going to be really strong, which it has been. At some point here, I think it's going to run into trouble. So if we've had 5 waves up, ending, whether it's ending here or whether we spike still higher, I mean, we're coming, I think, to the end of the party. And then you need an ABC down. Now supports at the previous 4th. So that means we could go back to, go back to 7,400. The previous 4th wave would be clear down here at 5,000. So don't want to scare people, but somewhere here, ABC down. We've shown that forever on this chart here. Same chart, except I'm showing the 5 waves here. I'm showing another bullish alternative where we could top out here and still try to work higher, maybe up to about 13,000. Which means the wave 5 is going to subdivide out as the wave 3 did. So that could still mean a short-term top here, some type of pullback. It's going to matter where our next buy signal comes in at on the software to try to figure out if we got more of this wave 5 higher before we have this big ABC down. So again, the ABC down could come back to 7,400. Could be all the way back to 5,000, which I'm not going to say that. But we'd have to monitor that as we go down. So nobody wants to hear it, but I'm still in the camp that risk is extremely high here. People that sold the lows got out at 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. I think have jumped back in here. I think it's getting hard to breathe up here. So, and then again, I think the alts are a safer place maybe to be, but I don't think they're starting an alt season. So I don't think you want to go all in on Classic or Ripple or some of these like I'm throwing out here. So any other opinions? We've got 280 in here. Appreciate everybody in here. And that was big news on VeChain. We got VET down here. Let's bring that up as what about? Earlier it was 38%. Now we're setting at 27%. I did the jump across the creek and the backup. We had showed these things. A lot of charts look this way, which looks like they can continue higher. TRX. We've showed this here. Well, a jump and a backup. That one still looks higher. I think it'll stay higher as Bitcoin pulls back some. Still be careful in some of these. But that's one we've been showing still higher. If this is an A, B, and C, then it could get, like everything else, it could be long in the tooth here. Alts are safe for short term. You're saying that to a guy that's been pushing Bitcoin all along. So that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get now everyone's going to talk the same way. Nobody wanted to be bullish at the lows when Nick and I was on here every day with everybody. Nobody wanted to be here, and 80 of the normal family in here supporting. So now everyone's going to be mad because we're not bullish on Bitcoin. So you got to do the opposite of the crowd to make any money in this game. You'll be all right for a little bit going with the crowd, but it'll catch up with you. I mean, everything's pretty well taken a hit against Bitcoin. Again, I don't really chart many things against Bitcoin. So I still think they're going to pull back. What's up, the coin? Nobody talking much about Litecoin now. I mean, it did have the big run. Seems like everybody's sold out of here and went to Bitcoin. Be careful with that. We'd got stopped out of some Litecoin at 134 back here after the top. And again, the software started looking good today. I posted that in our Discord. If you want to join the Discord, go to learncrypto.io. Go to the Patreon tab. Click down at the bottom, become a member. It'll take you to a $40 login. Then we give you a link to the Discord. Also on here, if you're interested, private client group, a lot of people have asked, following the signals we're giving, there's where I manage money for 3% of account balance. So click on that and it'll explain that a little bit. We got a blog here that's updated every day. And then we've got the store with cryptocurrencies and Wyckoff. That's our $300 course if you're interested in that. I want to look, this is TLT because we talked about interest rates. Staying low helps Bitcoin. So you want the TLT chart to continue higher. We've had big rallies. We've made big money in being long TLT this year. You can see here after today, we're at 43 on the technometer. So any more sell-off, I think interest rates are going to be still staying low. So I still think Bitcoin has major support underneath it. We've got a bull market, but bull markets still have pretty big, sharp, quick corrections. I'm not logged in correctly on my stock side, so I don't have a lot of my trend lines up here. But I'm looking for a rally in UUP, maybe up here in the 2610 level to be short this. I think this is a sign of weakness, and we're going to get a last point of supply. The dollar, I think, is headed down. That's the dollar chart, UUP, long dollar ETF. And I think, once again, that puts buy pressure on the cryptos. And GDX, we've showed this. We've been bullish, some miners. We've given that on this channel over and over. Had a big sell-off today. I said we might get an ABC down or a correction. And we are the most overbought we had been. So let this back and fill a little bit. And then we'll probably add on to our GDX positions. BTC is definitely the big daddy. That's where all the money comes. That's where institutions are bringing money. That's where the Bitcoin futures are going. So we've mentioned a lot of action in the Bitcoin futures. Target on XRP, I mean, hard for me to give targets like that. Let's go. I was kind of thinking that we've done a 1-2 here, which would mean we got a big rally coming. But Ripple still acts a little slow. I need to see how it acts. Maybe once Bitcoin starts taking some air. I've also got a count that, let's update that to there. That could still mean we've got quite a bit of upside coming. So that's why I re-entered our longs that we gave at 44.20 a few days ago and sold out at 49.2. I thought we'd maybe mouse around this 48 level a little bit and still try to head higher. So I still think we head higher. I don't have a target on Link. That's a little bit more what Nick's been focused on, a little smaller cap for me. We thought a pullback back down to this $1.60, $1.65 level and exploded again. So that's a strong one, but had a nice rally, came out of a triangle. So if this is a fifth wave, I would think a little more sloppy action on Link. We got 400 in here, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to answer a few things I kind of talked about. Litecoin. Let me see if I can give a little bit better. This was the count that I used. This was the top of a rally. A down, B up, C down, completes a flat, and now we're ready to try the upside again. So it's going to be anxious here the next day or two to see if it can continue higher. I think the real key is what happens if Bitcoin starts taking some air out. I think that'll still pressure the alts myself. So ADA did give I got a little bit, we've been saying that it would jump through the resistance. Go back to this chart. We got preliminary support coming in at the last point of support. So we're ready for markup. We did do this triangle here. We did reach above it, backed up. So I think ADA, I'm long a little bit ADA here. Have been long for a while. Appreciate it, Todd. Is SLV ever going to move? I think it will. So on the ADA, I mean, I think we'll try to work higher here. If we can get above this previous high at 0.103, I think maybe we could really get moving in ADA. Again, anxious to see how these things act if Bitcoin pulls back. CME BTC hits 19,990. We shall see. I don't think it's hit that yet. So we're still sitting here 11,760 Bitcoin. Unbelievable runaway. Again, off the lows, I think on an Elliott wave count, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. On a blow off, we still could run up even higher here, so I'm not going to discount that could happen. You got too many people FOMOing in, but I still think it ends in some type of sharp correction. You shouldn't be FOMOing in here. We had how many buys from the low? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've had 13 Wyckoff buy signals off the low. The last one being 76.70. So I'm not buying up here. Everybody else can do that. ETC, the same thing. We had to buy off the software at 424. I had to buy at 862, a day and a half ago. And we're working off an 862 buy because I thought we were doing a triangle here and headed to maybe $12. Next resistance on Bitcoin. Well, I don't know. Guess everybody wants to talk about that. I don't know. I guess you're saying, yeah, we got resistance here at 17.2. I think this is probably where a lot of stops are. I talked about yesterday how shorts are still heavy in here. So that's a level I'm sure people were using stops, so we're getting them. So again, we still could bang through here. Let me look at Bitcoin long shorts. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Sell here, trail a stop, I think would probably make a little bit of sense. You can see here down at the bottom, the red is shorts. I mentioned this last night's broadcast. During this sideways movement of 5,000, you can see the red line. Shorts came in heavy. At 6,000 is where I gave a buy signal saying I thought we were going to accelerate. That was a lot of reasons because of the shorts. We have had shorts on this rally come in heavy as well. So that has kept the rally alive. The only difference is longs are coming in as well. Not overly, but coming in a lot more. That's why we're not down here on the gold, we're up here. So this still supports higher. So if you're still bullish Bitcoin, this would be the one thing that gives you some firepower. It just matters if these shorts are heavy pocketed institutions, they won't be worried by the runoff. If it's retail, we need to get them to cover. So maybe need another rush to the upside still. But if you're buying up here, I guess just be careful. Should have been in way before now. So I always sell XRP, never hold. What's up, Craig? Exactly, above as below. I mean, you never know what there could be hedging here, which means they're not as worried about covering. That's why you got to be careful here with that indicator. I think alts probably need traded. I don't think alt season's starting yet. Maybe at the bottom of the wave 2 if we get a big ABC down here. We've had 6 months up. on the wave 5. Understand that. Let's go to this chart. We've had 5 waves up, 6 months. So, I mean, if we do 0.38 or 0.618 of that, I mean, we could have a correction for 2, 3, 4 months, which is going to get everybody. If we fall off 2, 3, or 4 months, come back down heavy, talk that Bitcoin did a B wave up here, etc., there could be some selling coming in. So that's why, again, I think you want to be careful. Here's ICX, one that we thought could continue higher, and it's not doing it. It had the jump and the backup, continuing to test the backup, but again, anxious to see how it acts if Bitcoin comes down. Not ruining the chart, but definitely making it a little harder to deal with. XRP, you went all in. I don't trade all in on one coin, so sorry. Can't do it. Appreciate the 500 people in here right now. Please subscribe, hit the like. I own WyckoffSMI.com, the institute started by Richard Wyckoff in 1931. A lot of information over there. WyckoffSMI.com. A course I paid $1,700 for in 1982 is over there for $1,000. That'll teach you everything you need to know about Wyckoff. Or go to learncrypto.io. There's a $299 watered down version of the $1,000 course for $299. I hate to keep harping about it, but since the lows, the software's given us whatever I said, 13 or 14 buys. That's all based on the software. It's all based on intraday volume and price, and 3 proprietary indicators, OP, Force, and Tech. So appreciate it, Bryce. So again, on this rally, volume is just setting down here. So I wanted to call the top of the Bitcoin rally when volume is going up, price isn't. So that would be the key, because at 31.20 and all those times at the lows, we had the OP hitting new lows while price held, which was saying somebody was accumulating. And now if we can have volume go up while price doesn't, it would show someone's distributing. That would be a sure sell signal, but I'm not getting that at the moment, so I cannot give a sell. But I am getting a few buys in some of the alts here and there. And again, kind of scared to go in on them, because I think money's going to come out of everything when Bitcoin turns down. So I could be wrong. Maybe the alts scream come alive, but only the shadow knows. I think it's been crazy that Litecoin basically is at the 134 level when we got stopped out, and Bitcoin has had such a surge. Litecoin has not joined the party. I mean, Dominique, the software on the big coins is perfect. That's why I've had the buy signals. I'm not going to show them again, but on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, we've called all those. We've had a good buy in ETC, Ripple, etc. So the software is not good enough when it comes to the other thousands of alts that are out there. So still working on it. And sometimes chart doesn't load correctly, and I know it, so I can get it fixed. That's why it's not available to subscribers, because I don't want somebody trading off bad data, but I know when it's giving bad data. So I keep using it. And I will agree, I mean, when Bitcoin, everybody's selling alts going to Bitcoin, so I think the alts will perform better. Some will do really well. But you know, a lot of people are going to give away some USD value when Bitcoin falls, I think. And understand still with my PCG accounts, anybody's been with me for a while, I might add a little bit of cash a little bit ago, bought ETC, Ripple. So I'm really 100% invested for those accounts basically. On new accounts, some of them are underinvested because it's been so hard to get invested up here on this fifth wave. But I'll try to get that done. On Ethereum, I've showed this chart, Jungle. I mean, we've done what I was guessing on a fifth wave high. This wasn't a triangle, it was a flat. It does look now that maybe it's only done 1, 2, 3, 4 of that. So I'd almost try to say that there's a little more to the upside here on Ethereum. It might come when Bitcoin finally turns down, I'm not sure. So no real sell there. I had the Elliott wave sell there at 261 on some short-term positions, but software still basically neutral on Ethereum as well. Again, if you go to my Twitter, I did just update some, if you go there and check out a few things. I don't want to go over it again here. On the Twitter, I talked about our Litecoin indicators. I talked about the Ripple short-term trades I've had and also ETC. So that's a Wyckoff on crypto. Really what I'm doing is I've taken trades I've given to Discord where people are paying for them, and later after they somehow have worked out, I'm throwing them in Twitter. Quantum, you know what, got taken out of Bittrex on the 22nd, 23rd, whatever that was. I'm sure that added to a little bit of sell pressure. And now we've got the rally coming out of here. Because that would have been some sell pressure. I think I was on the 22nd, so some sell pressure on Quantum here. Then now it's came alive. So, you know, that one has finally came alive. So I'd probably trail a stop on that one so it doesn't deteriorate again. Appreciate it, Jay. For Jay, we're going to play. Hold on a second. There we have our famous pork blaster. Sorry you didn't get YouTube going live. I'm not sure why that would be, Roger. That's why I try to tell it, you know, on different areas so people will catch it. Appreciate that, Jay. Haven't played those in a while. Still got them all here available. And if everybody, real quick, I'm going to run a disclaimer. I am a registered investment advisor, state of Illinois. So I do get watched here. I have been audited because of cryptos. Let me run a quick disclaimer.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
All right, we got that out of the way. So Bitcoin 11.8, still right here at the highs. Not much else going on. ETCs went from 906, where we just bought a little bit ago, to 923. Litecoin bounces off 132, but really whoop-de-doo. XRP, we bought back at 0.466 or so, still sitting there. So not much to talk about except Bitcoin dominance. Which has been on a Big rally from 59 up to 63 just in the last week. And could still continue higher here. It's hard to stop a parabolic, catch everybody short. So again, the red line is shorts. Shorts getting murdered. And that's a lot of the problem here, the dominance, etc. So again, you're playing with fire. We can go higher. I can't play with fire because I've got to be here tomorrow. So in the 1980s, when I was in a room with like 15 people, everybody was making money hands over fist. 1987, I sat on my hands, and everybody in the room pretty well went broke. 87 crash. I had no positions. Appreciate that. I'll try and remember to get that volume higher on the disclaimer. As long as it's up there, at least keep auditors off my ass. NEO is one of those. Again, I mentioned on some shows at 14. Indicators were looking good. Not as good at the moment now, but that's when I got away from it. Had a chance even to pick it up here at 1787 or so. It's been harder for me recently the last few weeks because of Litecoin and these slowing up and the Bitcoin dominance just coming in heavy. And then all the FOMOing in on Bitcoin. Nobody wants to talk about nothing but Bitcoin now, it seems. But I've got to take the opposite side of that trade somewhere here. So, all right, guys, that's all I really got. If we get to 65 on, 65 on Bitcoin dominance would just, be a Bitcoin to 12.4 or something. Another $600 up, which again, that could happen. I'm not going to say that couldn't happen here. But somewhere I think we get a blow off. All right, guys, appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe. Check out Learn Crypto. WyckoffSMI.com. We manage assets. Crypto is a 3% account balance a year. Stocks 1 to 2%. And come to the Discord. We got about 330, 340 people over on Discord. That's where you get my trades really posted real time. All right, I'm going to go work out, and we'll catch you probably, Nick and I, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 47 minutes ago. Peace out. I'm going to play the outro to Who is Richard Wyckoff?
Good afternoon. My name is Richard D. Wyckoff. Anyone who is interested in the stock, option, or commodity markets is most likely to find my life and teachings to be of great interest and value. I was born November 2nd, 1873. At the age of 15, I had my first job as a stock runner on Wall Street, and by age 25, I had opened my first brokerage firm. I was one of the pioneers in the study of the tape and included volume studies in all my market operations. This volume and its intraday studies is what set me apart from the rest of the market gurus. There was a point that my buy and sell following was so big that it became a powerful part of the daily market. It was at this time that I became known as one of the titans of technical analysis. But all along, my lifelong endeavor was to pass on my accumulated wisdom to others. With that in mind, in 1907, I created the Magazine of Wall Street. At its height, the Magazine of Wall Street had over 200,000 subscribers. That's over 200,000 investors who wanted my thoughts on the current market conditions and trends. Finally, in 1931, I decided to take all my knowledge that I had learned about the stock market and create the Richard D. Wyckoff course of stock market science and technique. I was able to create something that established a new standard of practice in the public stock market operations. I did not claim any monopoly of stock market knowledge, but up to that time, no one else seemed willing to be so frank in offering to the public the most intimate knowledge of the inner workings of the stock market. The good news is that even though I created the Wyckoff stock market course back in 1931, the course has been maintained and updated throughout the years and is available to you today. Over 90 years later, my course is still available for investors and traders that want to learn the secrets to the stock market and can be found right now at wyckoffsmi.com.